This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Dr. Mawutor, I remember I won't change, but yeah, but say, what does you call at the ceremony? Young entrepreneurs,
okay.
Ghana government payroll. I buy for to some for say I am man, into graduates. And I want my preamble. What church and men my buying this so I didn't know person the man. But are the graduates ready to have their own jobs, to start their own businesses? Okay. Mawutor.
All right, ready, Mr. Methiobia. Many of them, Mr. Wakasa Kamapa, and then a bit Chebush and Funina, and then now Funina. Now, I say, the auditions, you know, Minister Ekasaya, no. I say I buy payroll yama. We will be saying Ukraine now. What are the implications? Near Samba entrepreneurs so. From where we sit, and then if you want to analyze our books very well, I buy payroll there. Match. When I buy payroll, na they be idea acquire IMF. And whenever we go for IMF program, like I said, for the next 3 years. You don't need to employ
net freeze of employment.
Freeze employment. And I don't know, sir, and you be a do hobby man. But Usha figures now, they are alarming. So we share the economic review, media economic review, I buy payroll more than 51% of Sika revenue they are generating for the first 6 months of the year. I buy payroll. Like it is more than 50% of the total revenue I generated for the first 6 months. A year too much. 51, 54 points, so 52%. Would they compare your contemporaries? Sir? Too much. And if you want to look at expenditure analysis of fiscal performance, over 50% too much for every government. And match and now if you want to be related to the proportion of the total expenditure now, and also over 30%. So too much.
We'll do 80.
Like too much. So I think we need to face reality. Say indeed, baby, I do know entrepreneurship there. I will say no. Nanka Osha, you know, the issue of unemployment, and I have a position on unemployment. Maybe it can't happen. A mindset. Uka said, we don't pay me yeah. And I said, baby, I know umpe. So what I say, a mindset.
And there are people like that.
That is the issue of unemployment. And I've told myself I can never be unemployed. To be frank with you, I can't imagine, and I've never been unemployed before. I can't imagine to be unemployed. Am I in ene because I said ene say ebani say nyeme nyina say na say me got him. Na me de hwe me ma. Me Ghana youth of today, how many of them are willing to do this? And today bia na wonom like ene bibia ba Ghana I say if the spirit of entitlement. They be because the same way. We are too much entitled. Say it is ours. It must be given to us. These are things we have to tell the youth. That it is not like that. You know, I want to now try and link our conversation to history because history is very, very important. They don't know, they must know. You know, unemployment is an issue. It's a issue. Nanka sa entrepreneurship ayeke na a culture. Se nanka additionano se opeso e marketer. Kuma me no papa de beko obi a oton ade. Wako hye na se. Na wa kyerɛw de we ton ade. Yeah, it is marketing enye new or Ghana. Accounting enye new or Ghana. But eneno akwai say like you are developing into courses. Ya kyerɛw ama obesua. So what I say, and in share the theory of entrepreneurship, there are two facets here. We have the entrepreneurial mindset and the entrepreneurial skill. There are two.
Okay.
As an accountant, trained to become an accountant. Obi wanuma wachata papa me say as an accountant o chata onya online sisa o share unhia enekra Ghana kra de unhia physical shop o car boot cry your office o come your office because o register a company o location o fee anywhere you can work na obi wanuma wachata na so o train so be employee no. There are several qualified chartered accountants among them. I'm page man. Entrepreneurial mindset in here. Even though our scale no, but our train I'm obi employee no. Now, obi so all no man, our mindset no, but this scale no. And that is where the issue of the skill and then job gap no comes in.
Okay.
So that's it. And this is what we need to resolve as a country. Now, why are we where we are today? To the extent saying your Association of Graduate Unemployed or I'm saying unemployed
graduates omaguno.
Oh, okay. I mean the idea so you share other amaya on say entrepreneurship no is part of their structure. Oko Israel. Entrepreneurship is part of their structure. Oko most now I try to divert a bit from the West to go to the Middle East, to go to the Arabians. One also started a generation of youth one are instilling self-reliance on them because they've been where we are today. On the Arab Spring, you know, what cost it? You cut unemployment, it cost it. Emma Obikra Transino, what brought the whole Arab Spring? Say, Oshepa say, Oyo Onwane Juma. Na abai abe yine free road no. And all the petrol good in so so matches. And the first spirit of desperation, he has nothing. He has lost his livelihood, his humanity. Like, well, we're losing the beer, and that is what caused just an action by one man. Yeah. And Ukuma, unemployment in some of the countries in the Arab world was like 60%, 50%, like it was so high. And then what are they doing? Arab Spring has taught them a lesson. Say self-reliance is the issue. Thank you. Oko Israel say said the youth are so much into entrepreneurship. They want to do things on their own. They develop their own apps. They sell it themselves. That is the spirit. Statement from the campus. It was all about entrepreneurship. So, you don't need people to employ you. And the truth is that Abai cannot employ everyone in this country. So we need to change the mindsets and acquire the skill and blend the two.
Mindsets.
Thank you. You know, yeah, Casado do Ghana. You know you can't survive on one job in the West. And you know, Ghana de Yaw. Debbie, you can't tell me say Juma weapon or you. I mean, you can't tell me this.
So for also come.
You can't. No, you can't tell me this. And this is what the youth must know. It's part of the solution. You see, you cannot be rich overnight. And it's a milk sakawa. And also the no kusra nyo abroach there. Tell me the number of hours you can spend with him. Offering Nejuma Kasa Oyena, or poor taxi driver. And yes, also occupy restaurant.
Cleaning.
And one sorry tema unhuno. Minim said maybe one ma or one sorry tema unhuno. Or beefing you maybe 13 minutes or something don't be because rent a channel.
Bills a channel.
1 year.
Gas bill.
Thank you.
Electricity, water.
But yeah, youth, yeah, pampa one do. We are over pampering them, And it has built a spirit of entitlement in them. So what must say? Now, how do we resolve the issue? We must start somewhere. And I'm so happy, say, we are now talking about TVET, vocational skills. What made Germany today is vocational skills, technical skills. That is why, and who can say, Nanka, we are carpenter here. I mean, I'm a carpenter, and one of my futuristic professions. Once I hear me free, no, voter region there. It was be a carpenter.
So sorry for cutting you. In fact, we share the unemployment rate of voter form in the northern region, and so the unemployment rate so form. Because of agriculture, and then voters technical and agriculture. So figures know how. If one day we have the opportunity of showing the field, we say your specific areas be unemployment levels no ever from urban centers no. To say crown.
Okay.
I mean, it's now links into that argument. Because say pick maybe I mean free say carpentry is one of our profession.
You can have PhD in carpentry.
We have an education system. It is so difficult. Say obey me starting from the beginning to the end. What I say? Any sasem makanka the means of instruction. And yet skill be an here say the brofunya certificate. That is the failure, one of the failures of the polytechnics. Nanka obia ye establish you say branebe chre technical skills. You need to identify your market. Who are your markets? They are unskilled people. So what do? You influence society by engaging your target market. Now obia we sunya mechanic, like as a roadside mechanic. They were a sparking engine. They were yet to be dismantled engine. As an assembled engine through a certain language. Now we see overnight, on English. Now we have a certificate. We couldn't develop anything that is customized to our language. And the polytechnics has died out. Now that's a still. And some of the best mechanics we have in the Omebuko. So academia itself couldn't learn from them. Mimi so aminye no na me papa work mechanic bia na onyeba fie say bam me paka no dey obeye and we benya no once in a while. We training crofo even po oni ho na ni boys cry e buy ho ebeye. This is a skill unye biem.
It's only probably say. Nankebia Technical University.
Thank you.
I employ no.
Thank you.
Now omo aye kire omo mechanical engineering no. Where omo workshop no. Say nipa no. Or a lecture wo ho aba.
We are my mean say wasem.
Nanso so.
O my mean say. Me sent we be say bebre. Me benata mati school. I kire boxing. Why na me fa no be lecturer?
Also for boxer.
Oh, free Ghana ha. Okay, yes, me pe obi obaba no ba kire me mofra how to box. Lecture no me ko fa na so o can no. O say me nko bukom. You are only giving me a location that has a cluster of them. You have not told me their qualification here. We kire wo say me corner nipa ni illiterate. Illiterate as in technically speaking, you knew you will be a friend illiterate. But because of your Ghana balance, yes, because all draw symbol or honor, you will be no to make in Kenya. That is also reading.
That's right.
Until when we say ability to read and write, now we need be away illiterate. I don't know, it's not technical because all draw the row has me who say the row, so I can read. But you can't illiterate say will be a formal education. Now only boxing no. Maybe a wajidi kura or what is a Zuma Nelson. Now my coffin na be now say on mechre boxing or university. I feel now catch him so only PhD, only masters in here. In the TV side, that there by quite many chimu or sisu no na me shemu kana. I there by quite teach ma. We are looking for people who can speak the big English and this and that instead of the skill.
That is it.
And
that is the gap. Look, Polytechnics are failing. Technical universities are bound to fail. Technical universities are bound to fail. I'm telling you. Until said, they will identify their target. Let's do an introspection of what they are doing now. Humanities was not the reason why they established these polytechnics and technical universities. It is an avenue, roadmapper, with a vocation, technical. You use it at the tertiary level. They should have developed PhDs in those areas. And then they have to also design the means of instruction, not only English. Because you don't need English. By now,
so be a
look, say young Papa Kantanka. Somebody should tell me his educational level. No, somebody to tell me.
Now Bill Gates
education, yeah. And it is all about the skill and the passion for the job. And abide the NSA, about developing all these areas to get people to fit into it. Now, if you are buying SWA, now they be pointing the fingers at Abine. But the major problem, your families and your societies. How do we regard skill-based professionals? Yembuon. And to be a person in Baba carpenter. But I also because you can't be unemployed. I couldn't see he within the shortest possible time. A baby, you don't need I don't know whether you have seen it before, but me who carpenter near what time it toos it's in a pampas who say CV you compare Juma pay. Me who mason beer or say my what trust CV me who be that say me pay Juma they are in high demand. So they are in high demand. That is why I'm not surprised that the new youth agency in Abano have listed some vocational skills. Say,
Youth Employment Agency.
Now, unim, me am sorry. They me cannot be round ho. But baby, a brand be or no, only Germans, GIZ fui, a konya project they buy. Even how to develop apps. How to, electricals and all this cake making and those things. Almost pe embra. And the emphasis is on women. But a member who are member, more even TNT, you training. Papa body was sorry them, sir. Now, after that, the man drinks a sign. And mommy said, no, you to be one man. One no more, and have taken upon themselves. Now, your phones or guitar. Me crowd it doesn't come close.
And so I am unemployed.
Yeah, and now see when even 50% of numbers are the man. So be suitify. Na onu mu nyehwe. Na awo for ejiji won so. Na me papa kwa pam we fifie na se kona kopa ejuma ye na aba. Na de chia wa we ni beje, but you are the society is a problem. We need to change the mindset and allow people to acquire skills. Look, your problems have been solved to a large extent. So that's it. And your cultural issues, I mentioned cultural issues, but finally, I'm repeating some of the things. I don't want to go there.
No, it's again. Okay. It's okay. It's for emphasis.
Yeah. We need to let the youth also know. Okay, we don't say unemployment, urban cities, which is also another issue for discussion because urban city only will be a until once you don't have anything doing.
Survival of the fittest.
So and then you count all of them, but the issues of our contemporary difficulties are Ghana in terms of employment, has to do with too much of our cultural beliefs. Me bawe also call every money. Also a lawyer, no matter what. And so I call him a lawyer. I'm going to be a lawyer. You just show me, say, and you say whether you like it or not. And no, a self-inflicted problem. Na yan share and kawan sema. Obia be pointing the fingers at Abain. And Abain alone cannot do it. But also, we are talking about politics. And then, papa kasa and Mati MPP communicators be cry waka say, the papa ne kind one can ye. A day be nonka. On one party for cry say, one can ye.
Almost so, over my party now.
Wow, and ne o kind of cry, na a binum edwin say on dowa. I mean, you can't say obido MPP party. Obi ti say for reata, on do party didn't change a binum kazakazano. But all kind of cry natural say, possible. A bank cannot employ. Look, I'm telling you, this Kessben group of companies. Se papa yi kasa opeso or employ na busu afunyi o temi employ na busu afunyi na me bwana. It's not possible. I don't know, it's not possible because our limited resources are the
we remember some figures on that.
So the issue is that as Omanhene, we need to change the tangent. We have to have a different roadmap. Let's invest so much in this, and the youth will not have that audacity to tell us that they won't do it. There are several opportunities. They don't want to do it. And what they must know is that it is no more about what you want to do, but what is available for you.
Okay. The name is Dr. Mawutor.
About a branch in a project GIZ. Because can't say more baby. And a branch here be on a teacher, all masters. Eko yebi. Or yebi no, and then only the oil. Or you see the weekends, every year there's decorations. Who's trying for free. Decorations, cakes and all that. So it falls within. You may have the best of certificates, but there are other skills you can add it to it. I'm a trained accountant, but me name the way app to develop apps.
That's right.
Me to me bu isuan. One COVID buy and Crawford down. You know, Coursera. Rolling out courses na wonu etuaka. Emma, even Ghana Library Board cry brave. In Crawford na me so me name languages na kakra me develop it. Me nya IT person no a master mami.
That's right.
So very soon, accountant to say I'm swaying into IT because look, e papa kai say aban no eyi legal right no say obe sign. We are the only people who can assign accounts for your company to express our independent opinion on it. So when aban free so say bam yejumegu because near accountant here no computer ni na and then mo pe accounts my accounts my software no my accounts prepare from the start to the end. A software can do all for you, including writing notes, because we have artificial intelligence. I bet to throw notes amount.
So Nebeka, now we are chartered accountant. Now you are becoming irrelevant.
May say the only thing that makes us relevant now, a law no. So you need an accountant to express an independent opinion on your accounts.
Apart from that,
no. Whatever we do now, nanka first that idea into me nyano, and instead of writing notes to explain the account. This is artificial intelligence
software
will write all for you.
Just tell you what you must do. Free system.
Now, as somebody can say in the next few years, and you may be one man redundant. Machines by you.
Machines by you. I mean, messages no keeps coming to inform me. For me.
Thank you. I'm say for the what petroleum prices are. It determines everything that we do in this country, because we have so much reliance on fuel. That is why I said last week, my boy, young papa, and Napua Basso said he's looking for alternative energy, renewable energy sources.
Yeah, they've started heavy.
Now, see, and I say petrol, like crude oil, no. Globally, it has its own disadvantages, and I think everybody is trying to look for renewable energy sources. Now, let me say last week, Kasaya about this impending increases here at Baye. let me say this week you attend send ebinum enya into by the 7% in here.
Yeah, maybe a 4.2, maybe a 3.
3.
The competition is good.
That is what competition brings on board. So that is why we don't have shortages in our fuel distribution. I am very particular with the argument of the tax component. Say was a buy a tax so and all those things. It is true. But you see where we are now, you cannot just take out the tax component because it has a lasting implication on our fiscal performance.
Revenue.
Yeah, revenue. It will go down. So you are very particular with it. And you see, what triggers the increase or the volatility in the pricing of fuel? No? And yet tax no, even though it's significant to a large extent, very sensitive. Yet tax no. The most important thing is that we are talking about your exchange rates. Mm-hmm. And no na mesamba back to young Papa Baumia. Statement of make here so many years ago. It has not changed and it will not change. That is, if your fundamentals are not right, the exchange rate will always expose you. The increment in a fuel pricing today is your exchange rate. Not necessarily the tax. These are the truth we must know. For your CD ento, the dollar there top. Well, thank you. Now CD no a concerted effort of everybody in this country. Oh, now they be Ghana for no yeah pointy fingers. You say all the finger back obiswa. The remaining 4, 3 about so. So our appetites for foreign goods too much. Miti hey fugui 100% in Ghana. None of the revenue here is going outside. Because 100% of this is in Ghana. The local cotton, everything. Na and most of them if Ramanone. And the local Ghanaian appetite for foreign goods is too high. We need to address some of these things. We need to inform. And I like today's conversation. Say, for politics in Tunche. Politics there, and my ever for more. They can't crunch and say, as a country, no, the government alone cannot do it. Okay. Or your lead. He's the lead of, or managing country, no. But yesu ekahumbi. So that's here. World oil prices, no. Once it increases, it means that we will need more dollars to buy. It's not true because it's not quoted in cedis. Now, when we also need the dollars CDs to do it, you have to change more cedis and buy it. Cedi needs to depreciate, and that is why we need more factories.
So going and continue from where we need more factories.